line play.
Ooh, which one? Which one? Because one of them
for the untrained eye during a spring game, if the offensive line blows open holes and the quarterbacks aren't touched, then that's all we see is, okay, the offensive line. And then the pessimistic fan would say, well, the defensive line sucks. The optimistic fan is going to say, well, our offensive line is just improved by leaps and bounds. Flip it the other way. The difficult determination for me is the whole sack business by just touching a quarterback. Quarterbacks get touched a zillion times during the course of a real game, and they are able to elude it and get away. So that's a difficult evaluation to make. But, you know, hardly anyone, if anyone, that's watching this video, either live or the replay, is going to have the evaluation skills that you do to measure that line play and what we saw.
Big smile on my face for a reason, man. Complete night and day shift for the first team offensive line. And this first team offensive line was missing the best offensive lineman on the team in Jalen Rivers, in my unhumble opinion. The first team All ACC offensive lineman from the University of Miami would be left guard Jalen Rivers. 6'6", 325 pounds, left tackle feet, right guard arms, NFL body, run block. I'm big on this now. I'm passionate about this. Very, very impressed. Where there's some times where Thomas Davis defeated Zion Nelson, where there's some times where Cyrus Marks came in and made some guys look silly, where there's some times where Lichtenstein made some plays as a 3 technique defensive tackle and a 2-eye technique. Absolutely. But as a whole, I would be remiss if I did not give the offensive line an A grade. I mean, they played very well. They've been playing very well all spring. But guess what, Mark? That's what we want. Jay, that's what I want. And we knew this was going to be true. They're getting the best coaching on the team. Okay. Both of their coaches are top 10 in the country at their job. You know, I don't know too many people that Coach Saban would trust his offensive line to. He's been trusting it to NFL guys since Coach Cristobal left. That's as high as the standard Coach Cristobal set for offensive line recruiting and offensive line play. Now, I'm not saying we're going to the natty, guys. You remember that? You know, I like to say that all the time. But on the offensive line, I was very, very impressed. Left tackle Zion Nelson, left guard Justice Uluwasu, at center Jakai Clark, at right guard we had Logan Sakapalu, transfer from Oregon, and at right tackle DJ Scaife. I've been very critical of DJ Scaife. I've been very critical about who he is, what he is. Is he a guard? Is he a center? Is he a tackle? Again, against our guys, he held down and played very, very well at that right tackle position. I was thoroughly satisfied. Not necessarily like overly impressed because I expected them to make a big jump, man. It would be like if Kirby Smart started coaching your defensive backs. They're going to make a big jump. This is what he does. This is how he gets done. It's how he earned his defensive coordinator job. That's also how he earned his head coaching job. Eerily similar to Coach Cristobal. He made his bones as an all-conference offensive lineman himself. He also went on to be known as one of the better offensive line coaches in the country, which turned into him becoming the head coach of Oregon, that and a Pac-12 championship winning coach there, Rose Bowl champion, first round, second round, third round offensive lineman, filtering them in, and his running mate, his best friend, Coach Alex Mirabal. Okay, they had really nice steps up moving forward on the offensive line. I love it. I love what they brought to the table. Again, they gave up some sacks. Okay, they weren't when it comes to the power play or the counter play. You know, they're trying out different techniques as to how to pull properly, how to pin and pry. What we mean by pin and pry is, for example, if there's a tight end next to a tackle, that tackle comes down and then the tight end goes down, then the guard loops around outside. That's pin and pry. They both come down and whoop right over the top. Or the tight end comes down and the tackle goes around him and takes. So the tight end would take the 3 technique and the tackle would loop around and knock out the 5 technique. And there's your lane right there, wide B gap. Okay. These are all things that were blown up this past spring because our young men are not used to doing that. It's a whole new blocking scheme, a whole new ability. For the first time, you see Jakai Clark and the offensive line as a whole. It's not just the center pointing stuff out, talking to the QB. No, you see the entire offensive line pointing stuff out, communicating. Slant, he's going here, he's going here, he's coming around. All 5 guys are talking and communicating and being able to call plays and calling double and climb techniques. Okay, one of my favorite plays I saw was Logan Salapalu drive Leonard Taylor into the ground, pancake him. Of course, not a defensive lineman, and he was pretty angry, but it was nice to see somebody give Leonard Taylor a real push. That's only going to make him better. It's only going to make him better to understand what it's going to require. Because in the ACC Coastal, as a 5-star, for the most part, you just kind of line up and do your thing and make some plays. No, you go up against a veteran offensive guard who couldn't get too many reps at Oregon, which is an offensive line factory right now. Couldn't get any reps. He comes down to Miami. He's getting reps, and he's showing you what it's like to play up against good comp. Okay, so we saw guys like Jafari Harvey, and Chance Williams, and Thomas Davis, and Leonard Taylor, get put on that behind and also make plays. So it was a nice back and forth. So from the offensive line perspective, A. Only thing I wouldn't give them an A+ is the sacks and some TFLs that they messed up on some pulls.